Merry Christmas. All right. Well, always, great feeling to win the division, and we got to give our players a lot of credit. It's been a tough couple weeks, but they responded with a great week of preparation. Thought we played hard today against Buffalo. That also played tough like they always do. They're a well-coached team, and they really make you work for everything. But in the end, we were able to make enough plays in all three phases of the game. I thought our punt return teams gave us a lot of good field position plays throughout the course of the game. And then, we were able to run the ball fairly consistently, played pretty good defense. So those are all good things. And it's good to win. So, good to know that our season's gonna extend a little bit here. So, good way to celebrate Christmas, and then obviously be ready to go against the Jets. I mean, we know that'll be difficult too. That game will have some important meaning for us and them. So we'll have to, have a good week there. But good to enjoy this one for a day or so.
Coach, could you talk about fourth down play? 5 minutes left in the third quarter. That was a big play offensively.
Yeah, it was one of those. We talked about that going into the game. Those long field goal situations, and it's a tough kick going that way into the lighthouse. You saw what happened on theirs, and I think Steve would have had a good shot to make it, but 4th and 5, we felt like that was, we had a decent chance to pick that up too. So it's a really good tight throw. Tom stuck it in there. Julian ran a good route, got inside, and did a good job of finishing the run. Obviously, kind of got tackled, but spun out of it, kept his balance and scored. But we were looking for the first down there, not the touchdown. So happy to take the touchdown, but it was well executed play, and Julian just made a great run, showed great balance and toughness to finish it. And, so.
Bill, just wondering why you decided to pull Tom from the game at the point you did. I think there were about 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and put Brian in for the final 2 series.
Yeah, because I thought that's the right thing to do.
This is far from your first division title. Looking back at your first ever one as head coach of this team, what stands out, and are you able to be nostalgic about all of this ever?
Yeah, maybe do that at some other time. Right now I'm really just happy for our team and our players, our coaching staff. They've worked extremely hard. It's been very, challenging season, and we still have a big game left, so we're not done yet here with the regular season. But to be able to win the division is certainly, a goal that we have at the beginning of the year, and so to be able to reach that, I'm really just happy for all the people that have worked so hard to make that happen. And now we got to, press harder and continue to get better and play better and coach better as the season extends here.
Bill, so many times running the ball offensively is an attitude, and from the beginning of the season, it seemed like you've had so many guys step up and contribute. Even since Jeremy Hill went down with an injury, you've had Rex Burkhead and obviously Sony and James. I wondered if you could address how your running game has gotten stronger as the season's gone on.
Yeah, again, that's it's a team effort, and certainly Josh and the offensive coaches, Dante, Ivan. Thought the receivers really blocked well today. Chad, Nick Haley, all those guys do a great job. And our offensive line, tight ends, fullbacks, working together with the backs and their reads. Even some of the receiver running plays, which again involved a lot of receiver perimeter blocking, which is critical to those plays. I thought Julian, Chris, Rob, Dwayne were out there some too. So it's team execution, and that comes from a lot of reps on the practice field. A lot of time spent in the meeting rooms to get those things right, and we had a good day with that today, and that was important for us. And I thought all those guys you mentioned ran hard. The backs ran hard. CP, Phil got on the edge there. Julian ran hard after the couple of catches. So, those guys, if you give them a little bit of space, they can make some yards on their own.
That was kind of what I wanted to ask you about, the receivers and the other people blocking, but also just running 47 times for 273 yards. Was that the plan today, to come in and try to dominate the line of scrimmage and establish the run game today?
Yeah, our goal is always to move the ball and score points. So that's what we try to do. So it's depends on how they're playing us and whether we can run it, throw it, whatever it is. If we can move the ball and score points, that's a good thing. Today we were able to get the ball outside to the edge a few times. Then when they took that away, James hit it up inside on the touchdown run there on third down. But sometimes those things are taken away, and you do something else. And so, we don't try to go into the game and say, "This is how many times we're going to run the ball. This is how many times we're going to throw it to this player. This is how many times we're going to throw it to that player." We call our plays to see what happens, and we try to adjust as the game goes along to do what we think's best. Same thing we do every week.
And speaking of the wide receivers, you might look at the stat sheet and say Hogan and Dorsett didn't have a catch today, but there's a lot more that goes into their game. What do you think of the receivers and their downfield blocking today?
Thought it was good. It was good. A lot of those plays were outside plays. I mean, you and me could have been playing center and guard on some of those plays. It didn't make any difference. The ball was all the way on the edge, and it was the receivers that were had to do the blocking for CP or Phil.
I don't think you want
plays that ran inside, but I'm saying there was a number of plays where the ball just was at the edge so fast that it was really all about the perimeter blocking. Those guys did a good job. Rob and Dwayne were out there some too. So
I don't think you want me in your interior. But.
Well, I don't think you want to run behind me either. But if the ball gets outside that quickly, it's we could probably hold it for 1/8 of a second.
Bill, congratulations, but the run defense against Miami and Pittsburgh struggled today. There was a big improvement. What do you think accounted for that?
I think it's about team defense. One guy can't stop the running game, so it's about everybody. Run force, our ends, our tackles, our linebackers, coordination, communication, playing physical, tackling well. So I think defensively, I thought we competed well in the running game, competed well in coverage against some big explosive play receivers, and a very athletic quarterback who was hard to rush and contain. But I think we got some pressure on him without him killing us on the scrambles. He got out a couple times, but I mean we hit him a few times too, so it was competitive. But again, it's just all about team defenses. It can't be one guy; it's everybody. And those guys worked really hard this week, and played very competitively tonight.
Bill, the 10th straight division title, the first for J.C. Jackson and Jason McCourty, two guys on the opposite end in terms of experience. Just talk about their contributions today.
Yeah, I mean the catch, Jason's catch on the sideline, the interception was a great play. We all got a good look at that one. It was he timed his jump well. He made a great play on the ball. He got his feet down. I mean, it was a wide receiver type of catch. JC has played well for us. Jason's played well. Those guys were in a lot of different roles. We switched some matchups today. Those guys are well prepared, and they're very adaptable to handle different things as we see what our opponent was doing. In this case, Buffalo. They were running a couple different personnel combinations, using 3 receivers, but mixing the receivers up and the location and so forth. So we made some adjustments on that. Those guys handled them well, and thought our secondary played very competitively.
Bill, it looked like Tom had some struggles today, maybe impatience or accuracy issues or whatever. What did you see from him?
Well, I think overall our passing game, will be better, could be better, but we ran the ball well, and that offset it. So, some days it's the running game, some days it's the passing game. So we'll see what happens next week. But I have a lot of confidence in our quarterback, our receivers, our offensive line, our protection. So if we need to throw it, hopefully we'll be able to throw it if we have to. If we need to run it, hopefully we'll be able to run it.
Bill, in terms of special teams play and Ryan Allen and his punting, but also Matthew Slater, this may be a bit redundant, but Matthew downfield to catch those 2 punts inside the 10, but also getting to a kick as well, coming up the middle. We've been accustomed to seeing big plays out of him consistently, but to represent the team the way he does off the field and then lead by example on the field in a game like this, is there anything else that you can say about what you get from him?
Well, again, Matt's been a great player for us and a great leader, a great captain. Again, I've been really fortunate here to have 2 great special teams captains, with Larry Izzo and then with Slate, and Slate's just been tremendous. He's unselfish, and he's a great player that can impact the game in a lot of different ways: coverage, downing, rushing, kicks, matching up on key guys in the return game. So, he's given us a lot of great play. But again, it was a lot of good teamwork today. He and Nate did a good job, I think, of stemming around on the rush. We almost had the first one, and then we came back and ran a similar rush there at the end that he got a piece of. Thought we did ball handling was tough, with the punts into the wind. But when Julian got a clean look at it, and we blocked pretty well on that, got him started, and he made a good run there. So we had some good field position plays in the kicking game. But Slate, Ebner, Brandon King didn't play today, but those guys have done a great job for us all year. John Jones, they've all just stepped up and made plays. McClellan in the Miami game. So hopefully we just keep pressing it, and we never know. You rush a punt, you really never know who's going to block it. Everybody's got to be ready to go. You might think you know how they're going to protect it, but I'd say more often than not, it usually happens a little bit differently, and you think it will. And so everybody's got to go get off on the ball, take a good angle, and Matt did that and was able to make the play.
Bill, how much was it a challenge this week to come into this game after taking a major personnel loss in the middle of the week like you did with Josh Gordon?
Well, again, it's the National Football League, so there's teams. Unfortunately, there's an attrition in this league for one reason or another, and when it happens, then it creates opportunities for other people. And again, I think we have a team that has good depth, and we had a lot of players that maybe got a little more opportunity today, and they stepped up and tried to make the most of it.